Let me tell you something. What people think about you and the possibilities for your dream is none of your business.
It's very
That's their
distorted.
business. It's possible. I can have my dream. I can get what I want. I must be creative and never give up.
You are an unparalleled motivational preacher. And I use that word very intentionally. You have a way of conveying a message with such chills inspiring, goosebump giving power. It's really, really extraordinary to witness, and becomes all that much more powerful knowing that you didn't start there, that wasn't sort of naturally, your beginning.
Motivational sound, still keep you moving. If you need.
Repeat after me, please. No matter how bad it is, or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. It's not over until I win. You've got that right.
Turn your life around. The key to your better future is in you. Motivational sound. It'll keep you moving in the right direction. Yes, motivational sound.
What fears that I'm allowing to imprison me, that's keeping me from breaking out, that's keeping me from living up to my true potential, that's keeping me from really being happy? What's keeping me from controlling my destiny?
Because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. And you got to have a mentor who's experienced, who's been there, done that, because you can't see the picture when you're in the frame.
The motivator, the motivator, the motivator, the motivator, the motivator. You put in a room and you light it up.
And ladies and gentlemen, as a result of stretching out, of acting on my dream, and I don't know what that dream is for you, I can tell you that it's possible. No one could have convinced me that after just over 6 years, I would have my own book entitled Live Your Dreams. Just over 6 years, I would have 5 specials on public television. Just over 6 years, I've done motivational speaking for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, Xerox, IBM, just over 6 years. I'm saying to you, your dream is possible.
Motivational sound. In the right direction. Motivational sound. Still keep you moving.
Whatever you want to do, March 4th. This is Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy, Leslie Calvin Brown, saying it's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. Thank y'all here. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. It's interesting when I look at these old videos of me. I've gone through some stuff, and there are people going through some stuff right now. Listen, I've got a special message for you, and I want to ask you, are you interested in a message on how to get through these dark times? We're living in time, it seems like every day there's something. Every day there's listen, I'm 81 years young. I'm not 81 years old, no. I'm 81 years. I've been on the planet for 81 years. This has been the most chaotic, disruptive, toxic interruptions I've seen on a regular basis in my 81 years on the planet. And the reason I'm giving this message today, and I want you to help me, I want you to let some people know, and not everybody, only the positive people. People are looking for a breakthrough. People are looking for how to make it during these dark times. I want you to have them, notify them to listen so we can build an audience of positive, motivated people. And what I realize is the quote that got me is evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. When we're constantly being inundated with toxic, bad, disruptive news and information every day, that we need to have some pushback. Let me see some signs from you if you agree with what I'm saying. Because I remember something Bob Marley said. He was injured right before a concert, and a reporter asked him, "Say, look, you're Bob Marley. Why didn't you take tonight off?" People will have understood, and he said, "People who do evil in the world don't take a day off. Why should I?" Wow, wow. And people who are doing evil, they're working every day. And I'm not going to sit back and be a witness. No. And if you agree with me, let me see some thumbs, some flames, or something. I got a message for you. Now, let me share something personal. I was going through a dark period in my life. And it seemed overwhelming, the time that I was going through. I just lost my job at WVKO radio station in Columbus, Ohio. The general manager didn't have the courage to face me, so they just changed the locks on the radio station. But I convinced the engineer to open the door anyhow. And went on, and I said to my audience in Columbus, Ohio, this is Les Brown. There'll be no music today. And I talked for about 3 hours and no music, and just talked about what I was dealing with. I had editorialized against police brutality. There was an incident at the Kahiki restaurant on Broad Street in Columbus, Ohio, where this couple had been beaten by police, and the Vietnam veteran, the father, was holding his 9-month-old baby. And let me show you how life works. I get a call a couple of months ago, but anyhow, I editorialized about that. And so they fired me because during that time, there was no such thing as police brutality. Police could just kill you or beat you and brutalize you, and there were no consequences. And so I get a call, and the lady said, "Are you Les Brown?" I said, "Yes, I've been looking for you. Are you the one who worked at WVKO and they fired you because you editorialized about a police brutality case at the Kahiki restaurant in Columbus?" I said, "Yes. A man was holding his 9-month-old baby and they beat him and his wife." I said, "Yes." She said, "I was that baby." Whoa. She said, "I'm an attorney now, and I read an article about you, and my parents have died, and I was determined to find you. I was that baby. My father was holding me when the police beat him." Let me show you why I'm sharing this with you. I could have been quiet like everybody else, and just, well, that's the way it goes, and this is what they do. And I decided to editorialize about it, and I was fired. But there are things that happen to you at the time they happen. It appears to be bad. But have you ever had the experience that something that happened to you that years later you look back and you say, "Whoa, had that not happened, I wouldn't be who I am now." And that's true. Had they not fired me, I would not have been a community activist. Had they not fired me, I would have not become a state legislator and was elected to the Ohio legislature 3 terms and passed 14 bills. And the third term, my mother became ill and I resigned to go back to Miami to take care of her. Had they not fired me, I would have not gotten into motivational speaking and spoken to over 3 billion people around the world. And I'm saying to you that there are things that happen in life. And one of the quotes I love, in life, you will always be faced with a series of God ordained opportunities, brilliantly disguised as problems and challenges. Just think about that. brilliantly disguised as problems and challenges. They're things that we will go through that are God ordained opportunities, brilliantly disguised as problems and challenges that create an opening for us to discover the next greatest version of ourselves. Those things that happen to us that they bring something out of you. They won't, you might bend, but you won't break. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And this is place where we are right now. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chasing rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. And during this is a time that we have to stand. Therefore, take unto you the whole arm of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, that having done all to stand. Let me see some flames if you're ready to stand. If you can feel a brother up in here, up in here. These young folks say, can you feel me? So let me tell you what I did, and something I'm going to suggest that you do. Sometimes you have to reset. I want you to write this down. Let me tell you what happened. I was going through this depressing time. I had lost my job. I had a little small apartment in Columbus, Ohio, and I was staying in an apartment at Crossroads Apartments in Columbus, and I was just trying to figure out, what am I going to do, because radio has been my life. And I was fired. And because I was controversial, no one would give me a job in Columbus. And so I was trying to find out, what will I do next? And I want you to write this down. Sometimes you have to get still. And I was reading Jet Magazine. The millenniums don't know anything about Jet Magazine. If some of you know about Jet Magazine, a little small magazine, y'all, would you let me see some thumbs up if you remember Jet Magazine? And I read about this woman in Chicago named Dr. Johnny Coleman. And she was a very powerful minister, had the first mega church in Chicago, and I think in the United States. And I decided that I needed to connect with myself spiritually. I want you to just write this down. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. When they asked Jesus, when the kingdom of God shall come, he said, the kingdom of God cometh not by observation. They shall say, it's neither lo there, lo here. Behold, the kingdom of God is within you. When I listened to her messages, it resonated with me. I got on a Greyhound bus seeking spiritual enlightenment. See, sometimes you just got to be still and know that I am God. Understand that whatever we're dealing with, whatever you're going through, you're not by yourself. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I went on a Greyhound bus. Do you hear me now? I'm one of Johnny's babies. I went on a Greyhound bus and I took classes at the Universal Foundation for Better Living. And I'll never forget, I was taking my first Bible class, and they started talking about Adam and Eve. And the instructor, I think it's Dolores, her name was Dolores, she looked at me and she said, you do know about Adam and Eve, don't you? And I said, no, ma'am. She said, oh, look at, it's going to be easy to teach him because he's working with a clean slate. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So when they taught these classes, and then I had a chance to go to the service. I was taken with Mrs. Carmen by one of Johnny's friends. She volunteered to allow me to stay with her, and she and Johnny had known each other for years. And I was going to class, and I just wanted to learn. I wanted to get to know myself. I wanted to know scripture. And I realized, this is something I want you to write this down. Man's belief in God is measured by his belief in himself. Come on, don't miss that. Man's belief in God is measured by his belief in himself. There are people who believe in scripture, but they don't believe in themselves. And what resonated with me with Dr. Johnny Coleman's message, her swagger, her boldness, her her communication skills. And I'm going to share a message with you by her just so you can get a glimpse of who I'm talking about, because she was a bad somebody up in here, that she taught me how to begin to look at myself differently. See your identity, how you see yourself. We've been programmed to be focused on life after we die. She was teaching me and others and thousands of people how to live life right now. Behold, the kingdom of God is within you. And so when she spoke, I felt it. It just gave me chills when she spoke. She fired something up in me. And so I resonated with that, and I took time to get still. My family, everybody, where's Les? He got on a Greyhound bus, went to Chicago, went to hear some lady named Dr. Johnny Coleman in Chicago. He said he needed to develop a closer relationship with God. They said, I don't know, I think he's lost his mind. They're right. See, sometimes you got to lose your mind. Let that mind be in you. See, that the mind that you have now, if it's not serving you, if you have the same thoughts, if you're making the same choices and you're around the same people and your life is not moving, you've got to make a choice. You've got to be willing to die. I must die daily. You must die to who you are to give birth to who you must become. I had to die. That Les Brown had to die to who he had been up to that point to give birth to who you see right now. And I'm still growing. I'm still developing. I'm like the lady who said, Lord, I ain't what I want to be, ain't what I'm going to be, but thank God I sure ain't what I was. If this is resonating with you, help me out. Would you please let some people know? People need to be exposed to some positive messages now more than ever before. Just email people, call some people, text people, but let them know. So Les Brown is on. Johnny Coleman's baby boy. Shout out Johnny baby. So while I was there at Christ Universal Temple Church, going through these classes, it changed me. I took time to study, and it introduced me to a part of myself I didn't know. I'd gone through a divorce. I had lost my job, and I was trying to figure out, what am I going to do now? And a friend of mine named Robert Boyd, he came to visit me one day in my apartment, and he knew that I was depressed and trying to figure things out. He said something to me. He said, Les Brown, you need people in your life that can be honest with you. And you need to live your life in such a way that people can be honest with you. Some people you can't be honest with because they're offended. You know, that's why scripture says, don't cast pearls before swines lest they turn and rend you. There's some people, if you're honest with them, they'll get angry with you. So you got to be selective who you say something to. And he said, Les Brown, he said, man, things are not going to get better for you until you get better. Things are not going to improve in your life, Les Brown, until you improve. That's all I got to say, man. And he left. Wow. And that stayed in my mind. Things are not going to get better for me until I get better. I remember another friend of mine named Porky that I was sharing some challenges I was facing, in Porky, who worked at Toonie Sunoco over on Mount Vernon Avenue in Columbus. He asked me, are you learning anything? Because we had that conversation before, and he asked me, are you learning anything? And so I decided, and I'm encouraging you, sometimes you just got to get still and back up and listen to the still small voice within. I begin to read. I begin to listen to positive messages. I backed away from family members and friends. I just isolated myself. Sometimes you got to go in the closet and shut the door because it's just too much noise. And so you can hear yourself think. And so when she spoke, Dr. Johnny Coleman, if you know anybody who remembered Johnny, I want you to call him and let him know I'm talking about her. I'm about to play something by her right now. I want you to listen to it. Just give you a snippet. When she spoke, she took me to a place in myself that I couldn't go by myself. I wasn't this Les Brown now. I wasn't speaking and motivating people on stages and thousands of audiences around the world. I wasn't doing that then. I didn't even know that that was available to me. I didn't know that this Les Brown that you now see existed. Let me tell you something. There's parts of you right now. And I don't care what you're going through, where you've been, where you are right now. Don't be down on yourself. You don't know enough about yourself to be a critic. There's some things that you can do that eye has not seen, ear has not heard. There's a reason that Willie Jolly said a setback is a setup for a comeback. You have comeback power. I am the comeback kid. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you the things that you have gone through, where you are right now. There's a power in you, the divine nature of who you are, that's able to rise above that. You've been given authority and dominion over everything, not some things, over everything. And this is the time we have to think from the place of dominion, because you got it like that. And so when I saw this lady, I'd never seen a woman speak like her. Mamie Brown, she could talk, but this was a whole other level up in here. And told her, I let them get a glimpse of Dr. Johnny Coleman.
Now go to Pharaoh and go right now. And Moses had no choice. He went to Pharaoh and he said, I want you to let the children of Israel go free. Pharaoh said, okay, no big deal. I'll let them go. And as soon as the plague was over, Pharaoh changed his mind. He did it 9 different times until I think that Moses, you see, Moses didn't quite make it all the way spiritually. And I think Moses got kind of angry on this 10th plague. And I mean, he threw the books at him. And he did something real wonderful to him. And this was the time that Pharaoh said, okay, I'll let him go and I'm not going to change my mind. And the children left rejoicing because Pharaoh had set them free. But let me tell you one thing about Pharaoh. Pharaoh represents your sense consciousness. And it doesn't ever give up. Will forever try to get you. Here go the children of Israel and Moses, and they are rejoicing and singing and having a ball. And Pharaoh decided to change his mind again. There are the children, and in front of them happens to be the Red Sea. In back of them is Pharaoh and all of his army, and on each side is the wilderness. And so Moses said, what shall I do? God said, you got a rod. Lift it up. That rod is the I am. And they tell me that the Red Sea parted and the children of Israel walked through. You can part your Red Sea. Expect your own miracle.
Now, that's Dr. Johnny Cole. That's a little snippet. She was a bad, electrifying orator and speaker and teacher. And I admired her. And one of the things I encourage you when you're going through a tough time, make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to develop relationships with people who are where you want to be. Make a conscious decision to get away from people that are toxic, that are negative, that are not doing anything, that's not going anywhere. Why? Because it will rub off on you. And that includes family. That includes your children. That includes friends that you've been kicking it with for a long time. Why? Because there's some people who come in your life for a reason, some for a season, and some for a lifetime. There are some people that's not going to go on this journey with you all the way. There's certain levels that as you go higher, the people around you are going to begin to leave you. because they're not coming from that same place. They're not growing like you're growing. You will outgrow family members and friends. I've got brothers and sisters, and none of them, I mean, they love me, but none of them have ever sat down and listened to my motivational material. Well, then in any of my seminars or workshops, including my twin brother, that they love me, but I'm in a different place. Have you ever felt like a stranger in your family? Isn't it interesting where you can be born from the same family and in the same family and raised in the same environment and end up dramatically different? Isn't that strange? I'm telling you. And they look at me like I'm an alien. And I have friends that they look at him and say, I can't believe this is you. And that's why you must die to who you are now. I'm not the person that they knew. No, he's gone. If you want peace, if you want to achieve more, if you want, and listen to me, die a life of no regrets, you got to be willing to ask yourself the question, what am I willing to give up? What am I willing to give up? You got to ask that question, because in order to go to that next level, there's a sacrifice. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you know. I want to see some thumbs. I see some fire. Some of you know. Just say, Les, I understand. Yes, I've been there. I had to let some family members go. I had to let some friends go. I talked to a friend of mine the other day. How's your son doing? She said, I don't know. Haven't talked to him in 16 months. It's called life. And you have to understand that. And don't try and superimpose yourself on people. And so you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to give up? There was a lady, a very motivational woman out of Detroit, Michigan. Her name was Martha Jean the Queen. And she had a signature message. And the message was, do you really want to win? Some of y'all in Detroit remember Martha Jean the Queen. Just text me and say, I remember the Queen. Martha Jean the Queen. She was a bad sister up in here, up in here. And so it's important right now, I want you to write this down. Protect your peace. It's important to look at your relationships and ask the question, what is this relationship doing to me? That's important. I'm encouraging you. Do that. I've got some relatives that I'm not going to call back because I don't take calls from everybody. Why? Because if I take a call, it's got to be positive. It's got to be productive. It's got to be something that's meaningful, something that's in alignment with what I'm going to do. It's got to be something that's fun. There are people in my life, family members who do marketing strategies. They'll call me 3 or 4 days back to back. Hey, how you doing? Great. Oh, good to see you. I see you all on the internet. You're doing real good. And then after about the third or fourth call, hey, I'm going through a tough time. Can you let me hold something? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't, come on. Do you feel me? Don't play like you don't know what I'm talking about. You've had those marketing strategies. Write this down. Don't be the go-to person for people you can't go to. Because none of them that call me, and I've done it for years, if something happened to me, I can't go to any of them. Don't be the go-to person for people you can't go to. Now, I like something Jan Levant said. Give to yourself until your cup runneth over, and then give to others from the overflow. Sookie, sookie, sookie. Come on, somebody. Listen, there are people who need to hear this, need to hear what I'm talking about beyond what's happening with Iran and all the other stuff that's out here right now. And reach out to them and say, Les Brown talking right now. He on fire hard. He's talking about how to get through these dark times. And part of what you have to do, you got to walk away from some people, walk away from some relationship. You've got to give up certain behaviors, certain habits. Why, Les? If you're going to go to the next level, what is your vision for yourself? How do you see yourself? Because people without vision of how they see themselves in the future, their their potential greatness dies with them. Dr. Miles Monroe made a point. Rob the cemetery of your greatness. Rob the cemetery of your potential. Rob the cemetery of your dreams. Rob the cemetery of the life that you're supposed to live, a life that matters. Make an intentional decision to live a life of no regrets. Told my grandchildren, got 15 grandchildren. Papa, they call me Papa. What is it you want us to know as we go into the future? Live a life of no regrets. Live your life the way you want to leave your life. Now, here's something else. As you look at yourself, have a goal and a dream. Find something that you can do that resonates with you, whatever that is. My mother used to go fishing and would take us going fishing with her. She had something that she did. She looked at The Price is Right, and Animal Kingdom. She had certain soap operas she watched, and certain programs. She said Bob Parker was her husband, but she loved to go fishing. Mama used to love to cook. Mama would bake a sweet potato pie so good you couldn't eat it with your shoes on. You had to take your shoes off so you could wiggle your toes. Maybe Brown was something else. And she just loved talking to people. She loved meeting people. That's why people call me Mamie's boy, who knew Mama, because she said, Mamie, that boy Leslie, he just like you. And so I love people. And so I found something that I can do that resonates with me. I have a friend, she loves to write, and she since passed, and she left a note and told her daughter Marcy, tell Les Brown, life don't owe me any change. Come on. Come on, somebody. Her name is Vi Clark. I had her as my radio host playing jazz on Sunday, and the first female personality on radio in Columbus, Ohio. Life don't owe me any change. That's where I'm living my life. Life don't owe me any change. I ain't through yet. And one of the things that Dr. Johnny Coleman said, that how old I am is none of my business. And so there are many people who have checked out. My friends call me, hey man, I say, you still doing it? I said, what are you doing? Oh, I've done all I'm going to do. Oh, you making a phone call from the cemetery? You could take a dirt nap and wake up and call somebody you went to school with? Come on. You still got a pulse. Find something that gives your life meaning. People with no goals and dreams die sooner than people with goals and dreams. You're here because of God's grace and mercy. You're here, which means that God is not through with you yet. You're here because there's something in you that the world still needs. Don't take it to the cemetery. So challenge yourself. I don't know what to do. Well, figure it out. There's a reason we're taught walk by faith and not by sight. Figure it out. Find something. Volunteer. I didn't know what to do with my life when I got fired from WVKO. So I got on a bus from Columbus, Ohio, went to Chicago and volunteered and worked at Christ Universal Temple Church. He never wrote me a check. I volunteered. I wanted to be around people that were making a difference. I wanted to be around this woman who was an electrifying speaker and watch her and learn from her, Dr. Johnny Coleman. So I'm encouraging you, find something where you can volunteer, where you can give of yourself. We're here. We're the greatest among you will be your servant. You're not through yet. You still got a pulse. I got a friend named Pauline Ahi. Pauline don't have arms or legs. I met her in the airport at the Hilton, no, it was a Marriott Airport Hotel. I followed her around, saw her being rolled around on this device that she has, and started talking to her. Said, you got a voice. I heard her talking to people on the telephone. And now she's speaking and motivating people and training speakers. I remember I had the seminar and she was there, and I told people, write down 10 things that you see that are 10 challenges that you're facing in your life right now. And then discuss them with the table, and I'm going to give you a process on how to get through it. And I noticed at her table, nobody was writing. So I came over to the table and said, why aren't y'all following the directions I just gave you? They said, well, we wrote down some things. Well, we noticed Pauline didn't have anything on her paper. And we asked her, Pauline, why haven't you written down the things that's challenging you? And Pauline looked at him and said, I don't have any challenges. They tore her paper out. Say, what? You don't have no arms? You don't have no legs? And you don't have any challenges? Shakespeare said nothing is neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. How you see your situation is very important. And so I want you to write this down. Feed your faith and allow your fears and negative thoughts to starve to death. There's something, I don't watch the news. I was checking my blood pressure. I was watching news, and I saw my blood pressure going up. I had all kind of aches in my neck and my shoulders. I go into a chiropractor, and soon as I stopped watching the news, after a few weeks, I don't have those things anymore. People say garbage in, garbage out. No, garbage in, garbage stays. And it shows up in physical illness. I'm telling you what I'm talking about. I'm telling you what I know. I've been on the planet for 8 decades. I'm 81. And I'm not through yet. I still got the fire in my belly. I still feel that God has some work for me to do. And this is a part of it. You are still here to do the greater work. These things ye shall do, and greater things shall ye do. What is that? Who are you? Most people don't ask that question. I didn't know who I was. I thought I was a disc jockey. That was the profession that I had. I know my name, but who are you, Les Brown? I had to take time to get still and to go within. The kingdom of God is within you, to discover the true nature of who I was. You were chosen. You are chosen. 1 out of 400 million sperm. You are a masterpiece because you're a piece of the master. I see people on television, they shout, and they got all these new shouting dances. They do more dancing in church now than in nightclubs. And I mean, they got some smooth moves. I can see if they got some moves up in here, up in here. What we're going through now, you can't dance your behind through this stuff. This is the time that we have to learn. I'm learning artificial intelligence. I'm leveraging it. There are people thinking about, oh, we're going to be replaced. Are you kidding me? You cannot be replaced unless you're not willing to continue to grow and be innovative and working on yourself and developing yourself and creating some value that people need and finding new ways in which you can take care of yourself. I told my kids, y'all don't owe me nothing. Y'all don't ask to be here. I have an anti-nursing home strategy and an anti-children strategy. What do you mean? I'm not going to be a burden to my children. And I don't think they even like me like that. I love Mamie Brown. I took care of my mother. I bought her a home. But I don't think my kids like me like that. No. And I saw this message, Brene Brown, and says, nobody's coming. So I'm taking care of myself because nobody's coming. We have the ability to be intentional and do forward thinking, to be independent and to take care of myself. I'm still making a difference. I'm still changing lives. I'm still impacting people. And you have it like that too. You've got art in you. You've got books in you. You've got skills in you that the world still needs. If you understand what I'm saying, can I see some flames up in here? Let me know. Can you feel a brother up in here, up in here? Let me know. If you can feel, I want to see some of the things that you're saying. Here's something else. When you look at your life, make a list of what matters to you. See, I have this in my studio. And the reason I have this award, I got a lot of awards for this, means the most to me. Why, Les? Because this was given to me by Cancer Treatment Centers of America. 39-year, 4th-stage cancer conqueror. 39 years ago, no, it's 40 years now, I was diagnosed with 4th-stage cancer. And so they gave me this award. I go to, well, they're now called the City of Hope. I like that because when there's hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. And it reminds me, we all have an expiration date. Nobody's figured out how to get out of life alive. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't care if you cute, I don't care if you tithe, I don't care if you got the best shout dance and can sing, your bun's leaving here. You know, and as you get older, I call to talk to people and they say, oh, Les, they're gone. Gone where? They died. Oh my goodness. I remember Percy Oliver out of New York when I was working at WBLS radio station. He's the man that set up the meeting between Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King, and they debated each other in his law office. And I asked him, I said, how are you doing today? And I remember what he said. And I think I was in my 50s at that time. He said, well, I'm just thinking, all of my friends are dead and gone. Wow. And a lot of mine are gone. And so I have a list of things that I want to do, that I'm going to do before I leave here. A good man leaves a legacy for his children and his children's children. I remember Steve Harvey went with a friend to visit their grandmother, and the grandmother asked his friend, do you know your grandfather's name? And the friend said, no. And she said, because he never left you anything. I want my grandchildren to know my name and my great-grandchildren because of the impact of my life. There's some people that when they die, after 2 weeks, there's no conversation about them because they didn't live a life of impact. When you think about it, we were chosen out of 400 million sperm, that God had a lot of choices. And he said, I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one. That says to me that we are here to do the greater work. That says to me, that as long as I got a pulse, as long as I'm breathing. I had a friend, a lady that was one of my most inspirational people to communicate with. She was blind, she was a quadriplegic, and she had a multi-level marketing organization that she's involved in, and she recruited people by somebody dialing the numbers and putting the phone up to her ear. On her bed, couldn't see, quadriplegic, but she was building a business. She was still making impact. And you got people sitting around looking at Netflix or gossiping or talking about what's in the news and paralyzed in a life of mediocrity. There's a book that came out, Average is Over. This is no time to be average. This is no time. The people that are working against us, the people that are trying to take away our ability to vote, that take away our ability to fully express ourselves in our greatness, and deny our children and our children's children the opportunity to live an expansive life and to live their dreams. They work day and night. They work day and night. And you have to have a made up mind, and trust me on this. There's nothing as powerful as a made up mind. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you. And when you look at the fact that you can hear me, you're still here. There's something in you. There's something, that other part of you, that there are two people in you that are listening to me, your conscious mind and that inner divine nature of who you truly are. That's listening. that next greatest version of yourself. I'm not a religious person. I'm spiritual. Religious people are afraid of going to hell. Spiritual people have been there. And to me, hell is what you experience when you die and you meet the person you were supposed to become. You meet the person that was chosen to do a certain kind of work, for a certain invention, for a certain impact, for certain music, certain artwork, certain inventions to make a difference in the quality of the world. That's what hell is when you leave here and you meet that person that you're supposed to become. You look and see the light that you were chosen to live. Life is God's gift to us, and how we live our lives is our gift to God. And let me share something with you. Tola, I want you to get this queued up for me. You have no idea how life can sneak up on you and things can happen. And you have to deal with it. I want to show you, I want to share with you a moment in my life. I was doing a program and someone called in. I'm going to share with you. And I was praying while I was thinking. In the moment, I had to make a decision. Tola, play that, please. I think he's queuing it up. Tola? I have got to get all the instruments here. This is the part that's about to make me lose my mind up in here. I want you, please be patient. Call some people and tell them to watch and listen to what I'm going to share with you right now. Got to call Tola. I don't know, maybe he's distracted. Got some. Tola, I need you to play the video right now.
My internet connection is not working, but I'm trying to get it fixed right now.
Oh, your internet connection is not working. You see why I've got to, this is why I got to do the stuff here in the studio. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man. So are you going to have it fixed anytime soon?
Yep, I'm confident.
How long? What did he say?
I should have it fixed in the next 5 minutes or less.
Okay, good shot. All right. Thank you.
All right, working on
Yeah.
it. Yes,
Okay.
Sir.
I want you to notify some people. This is going to be jarring for you. I want you to let some people know. And I'd like for you to ask me some questions too, and just give me some indication if what I've been sharing with you, is it resonating with you? Am I making sense? Do you agree that these are some very dark times, disruptive? Every day, it's something. Every day. In the last 9 months, just over 700,000 African American females have lost their jobs. Every day, there's something. And when you look at the businesses that are going under, millions of people are losing their jobs to artificial intelligence. People are feeling, I don't matter, feeling obsolete, feeling they're being discarded, feeling they're being left behind. Every day, this is a different place. And this person that I'm going to share something with you, she was going through a dark moment. Okay, Tola, play it.
So the next question is a very emotional one. This person said they have been contemplating the thoughts of suicide, but they just need some kind of inspiration to keep living, and they just need to know what to do.
Person said they've been contemplating suicide, and they want to know what to do.
Yes.
First of all, I want you to think about what I'm about to say to you. Life is God's gift
to you. God gave you life. When you are contemplating suicide, what you're doing with the gift, life is God's gift to us. When somebody gives you a gift and you destroy the gift, you're spitting in the face of God. You say, "Puh." That's not what you want to do. You're going through some stuff. You're in pain now. You don't want to die. You want to stop the pain. You want to destroy the gift that God gave you. How you live your life, how you handle the challenges, how you handle the pain. You turn the pain into purpose. That's what you do. All of us get tired. All of us have pain. All of us have moments where we feel, I can't deal with this anymore. No. Don't spit in the face of God. Don't say to God, you made a mistake when you chose me out of 400 million sperm. You got something. God saw you out of 400 million sperms. God chose you out of 400 million sperm. There's something in you that God chose you to bring to the planet. You were born and preserved for such a time as this on this day. This is a God moment. I dare you deprive us of what the gift that God put in you. No. No. Life is God's gift to us, and how we live our lives is our gift to God. All of us have our moments in the Garden of Gethsemane. All of us have that moment when we need someone to pray with us. All of us have the moments in our lives where we ask, what is this all about? Why am I here? All of us have suffered from broken hearts and disappointments and moments of anxiety and depression and feeling overwhelmed and saying to ourselves a conversation, I just ought to end it now. No. No. I'm encouraging you. Ask for help. Not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong, just like you're doing now. And ask for help. And don't stop until you get it. I was doing a radio show, and a lady named Shirley called me, and I knew it was in Columbus, Ohio, WBKO radio station. My show was called Yes We Can and Yes We Will by Les Brown. And I heard this defeated sound in Shirley's voice. And she said, I don't want to live anymore. Shirley had had a double mastectomy, and her husband left her, and she lost her children. And so I was talking to her, and she just called to say bye. Now this is live radio. This you couldn't delete. This is live radio. And I'm thinking, God, what can I say to Shirley that will help her hold on and want to live? I said, Shirley, breasts don't make a woman. Because he doesn't want you anymore because you don't have breasts. That's him. There's some man out there that will welcome you with open arms. And I was talking, and that did not
come through. And I said, may I ask you a question, please? I got a big ask of you. And I want you to say yes before I ask the question. She said, are you going to ask me not to commit suicide? I said, no, I'm not going to ask you not to commit suicide. But I'm going to ask you something, and I just want you to say yes before I ask you. I'm going to ask you two things, and I need you to say yes before I ask you to two things. She said, okay, well, as long as you're not going to try, Les Brown, Mr. Motivator, to talk me out of what I'm going to do. Okay, all right, I'll do it. You're going to honor your word to me. Yes, I will, Les. I will. Okay, very good. First question. What is it? Will you wait until tomorrow? And she paused. She asked me, what'd you say? I said, you said you're going to kill yourself. I didn't try and convince you not to do it. I just asked you, will you wait until tomorrow? She said, okay, yes. Here's the next thing. I want you to meet me at Alum Creek Nursing Home on Nelson Road tomorrow after I get off my broadcast. Meet me there at 11 o'clock. And I promise you, I'm not going to try and talk you out of committing suicide, Shirley. I give you my word. I don't want you to do it, but I'm reluctantly honoring what you want to do now. She said, why do you want me to meet you there? I said, you remember me talking to Audrey Pelmore in the air? She said, yeah. Oh boy, she's so funny. She said, yes. I said, I want you to go with me to visit her. She said, I don't want to be around anybody. I understand that, but you already promised me that you would say, I will go. Because I already got from you advanced yeses, too. That's all I ask. And neither one of them said, don't kill yourself. She said, okay. And sure enough, when I pulled up in the parking lot, she was there early. I went and opened the car door for her. I hugged her. I said, let's go inside. I went in. Hi, I'm Les Brown. We know who you are. I'm here to see Audrey Pelmore. And so, she listens to you every morning. She's down the hall on the right. She's very inspiring, as you know. I said, yes. I used to talk with Audrey on the air, interview her. And as I grabbed Shirley's hand and we were walking down the hall, I'd never seen Audrey before, but that just dropped in my spirit. Because Audrey, she suffered from muscular sclerosis. Audrey went through a divorce. She lost her children. Audrey was a nurse that everyone loved. She had such a vibrant, energetic personality. And I didn't know what to expect when I got to the hallway down to the end and I came in the door. I looked and I saw her in this bed. And as we got closer, she was just, her head was to one side looking out of the window. And I said, Audrey, this is Les Brown. And she said, Les Brown? I said, yes. She turned and she looked at me. You came to see me? I said, yes. Oh, I hear you on the radio every morning. You came to see me. Yes, Audrey, and I have a friend here. Her name is Shirley. Oh,
Oh, thank you. Hello, Miss Shirley. Audrey, how you doing, baby? And through her tears, Audrey said, I'm doing better than good and better than most. They put drops on my eyes so I could blink my eyes. Mr. Brown, I'm doing better than good and better than most. The Lord is blessing me. And Shirley, I could see her out of my peripheral vision. She began to cry. Both of us. I put my arms around her and she was trembling. And I know she had to be thinking, this woman who can't fan a fly out of her face, this woman who can't get up and go to the bathroom, this woman that somebody has to bathe her, this woman, her husband left her, they took her children from her because she could no longer take care of them, this woman who used to take care of people and now she's bedridden, and you ask her how she's doing, this woman who can't blink her eyes without some drops in them can look up at a stranger and say, I'm doing better than good and better than most. I know she said to herself as she put her head on my shoulder, what right do I have to take my life? If she could have that kind of strength, if she could have that kind of faith, what right? What right? And she just beat my chest and said, Leslie Brown, why did you bring me here? You know, after seeing her, I can't do it. I said, no, God has some work for you. She said, yes. I'm sure there are other women who have been in my situation that didn't want to live. I'm going to help her. I'm going to help them. Oh boy, that just came to me. That was over 40 years ago, and to this day she's known for helping women who've had double mastectomies, and she's done fundraisers to help them to get the artificial breast, and she has become an encourager and motivator of women who have gone through breast surgery, and now she has turned for 40 years her pain into purpose. Whoever you are, I hope what I've shared with you, it just brought back a memory that has been of some value to you. Whatever you're going through, whenever negative thoughts try and creep in your mind, and they will, just say to yourself, in the sanctuary of your soul, all things work together for good for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. Say in the heart of your soul, I'm doing better than good and better than most. Say in the pain that you're facing, I want you to say, Lord, whatever I face together, you and I can handle it because of you. I'm doing better than good and better than most. Do that for me, boo. I was going to talk for about 2 hours, but I'm messed up now. I can't, you done broke me down. You done broke, why you do that to me?
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh, okay. If you go ahead and do it anyhow, I'll never speak to you again. No, you didn't go there. Yes, I did. Oh, behave. God has work for you. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I want you to press the button above the link and say, I the one. I'm the one. And I want us to have a private conversation. Would you give that gift to me? Give me that gift so we can talk. You and I and everybody listening to us right now were born and preserved for such a time as this. There are other people going through some stuff too. Do that. Just say, I'm the one, and I will know you. In the meantime, those of you that have been listening, I hope this has been.
There's something in you this world needs after all. Don't spit in the face of grace when you're hurt. Don't call God mistaken, cause the pressure is worse. How you live through the fire, how you carry the load that you give back to God on this hard, holy road. Wait until tomorrow. Wait. Just wait until tomorrow. Hold on. You don't wanna die, you wanna heal. This pain ain't permanent, this moment ain't real. Life is the gift and your living's the praise. Turn the pain into purpose, just don't quit today. Yeah. Let's say I know the garden Gethsemane nights when you beg heaven for answers, no sleep, no light. We all been broken, anxious, overwhelmed, asking why me, God, feeling lost in ourselves. But ask for help, not cause you're weak, but cause you're strong enough to reach. Don't stop knocking till the door opens wide. You ain't meant to carry this alone inside. Oh, wait until tomorrow. Stay, just stay until tomorrow. Stay. You don't wanna die, you wanna be free. There's more to your story than what you can see. Life is a gift and your living's the praise. Turn the pain into purpose, just don't quit today. Listen, let me tell you about Shirley on the line. Voice cracked, defeated, said she was done trying. Double mastectomy, husband walked away. She said, I don't want to live another day. I didn't preach, I didn't beg. I said, wait till tomorrow, that's all I said. Meet me at the nursing home, 11 sharp. Just come with me, just one more spark. She didn't want to be around, but that's true. But she already gave me a yes or two. We went to see Audrey laugh, still alive. And nobody said don't die, we just showed her life. Still breathing, still here. And your living's the praise. Turn the pain into purpose, just don't quit today. You hear me? You don't need all the answers tonight. You just need one more day. Ask for help, keep asking. Just take your life. Just wait until tomorrow. Take your life. Listen, this ain't a song, this is a lifeline. This is Les Brown talking to the ache in your chest.
I like to, I'm looking to my right, there's no response. I like to get some response for those of you that heard that message that I just shared with you and how you like the music that we complimented it with. I want to talk about right now, and I'm looking for some flames or thumbs up or something saying you can feel a brother up in here. You know, the young folks say, "Can you feel me?" And I want you to, Tola, I want you to cue up. Wait a minute. Can y'all hear me, Tola? Tola? I think. Hey, Tola.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, good. I thought I'd put the mute on for a minute. Okay, very good. So anyhow, I'd like to get some response to those of you that I just shared that with you. It's I think it's a time for us to begin to look at and be what Gregory and Robin say, be the light. We have to be the light for people today that's struggling, that's going through some tough times. People have lost their jobs because of artificial intelligence or because of the economy, businesses that are going under, and people still recovering from COVID. This is a very challenging space where we're in. But something Elsie Robinson said that I often repeat, and I love it, said things may happen around you and things may happen to you, but the only thing that really count are the things that happen in you. You have the power in you to live from a place of dominion. You are made in the likeness and image of God. You've been given authority and dominion over everything. And everything that we're dealing with and all the stuff that we're seeing, we are more than capable of handling those things. I was talking to a friend who told me about their various communities where people are going to various countries and leaving the United States in droves because of all the chaos that's going on. And I said, I ain't going nowhere. No. Our forefathers fought for this. No, this country was built on their backs. No, I ain't going nowhere. I'm taking a stand and I'm looking for people. Let me share this with you. I'm looking to start a community of greatness, a community of people that have a mindset that we can make it, a community of people who have skills and knowledge and expertise that we can come together to help each other. I'm looking for people who share the vision of being a perpetual optimist, that no matter how bad things are, that things can get better. When I wake up in the morning, I say, Lord, whatever I face today together, you and I can handle it. I'm looking for people who have not given up and would like to be a part of a community of collaborative, achievement driven, supportive relationships. If that's you, I want you to email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. 7 is my lucky number. lesbrown77@gmail.com. And what I'll do is send you some motivational material that you can pass to others. We have to, I believe, disseminate and put out positive messages that can overpower the negative, narrow, negative broadcasting that takes place day in and day out. We have to overcome that by putting in the work. Evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. And so I'm looking for some people that's willing to volunteer to work, to use their talents, abilities, and skills to create a better day, a brighter day for our children and for our children's children and for us now. And I'm clear that you can't make it by yourself. And to me, it's a time to be a blessing to others. When I look at how I lost my job as a community activist, editorializing against police brutality, talking about things of maintaining the detriment of people in Columbus, Ohio. When I look at my life as a speaker, as a radio personality, used to have specials on public television. I still feel that there's more in me. One of my kids said, what else do you want to do? I said, I don't know, but I'm going to rob the cemetery of whatever else is left in me. My goal is to finish strong. How many of you want to finish strong? That you know that you're meant for more. You know that this just can't be it. How many of you feel like I feel? I want you to let me see you email me or let me see your thumbs up, some flames. If you can feel it, brother, in your heart that, hey, no, I'm not throwing in the towel. No, I'm ready to be defiant and work against the odds, take no prisoners and eat the wounded. And I'd like to know if you got some value for what I've shared with you now, because this is the time you got to be hungry. Tola, to cue that up. I want you to know that whatever you're dealing with and whatever goals and dreams that you have, you got to be hungry. What do you mean by that, Les? People that are hungry are relentless. People that are hungry are unstoppable. People that are hungry know you will fail your way to success. People that are hungry know that life don't accept excuses. Life looks for results. People that are hungry know there's never been a statue erected for a critic or complainers. People that are hungry have the feeling as in Lion King, Simba, you're more than that which you have become. People that are hungry know that they're more than that which you have become, that life is not just about working 2 and 3 jobs, and by the time you Friday come around, all the money is going to the creditors, and you're so exhausted you can't even think. No. If you're interested, and I don't want to work with everybody. I just want to work with people who can hear my voice. He who has ear, let him or let her hear. That if what I'm saying resonate with you. I want you to play the song, and I want you to know that whatever you do, whatever you want to accomplish, you got to be hungry. I want to see some messages from those of you. I can see my computer. I want to see some messages from you. Play it now, Tola, please.
Hungry. I'm still hungry. Oh. That brown said, life don't come gentle, it comes with weight. Bills on the table, trains running late. Shake somebody's hand, look left, look right. Say I'm doing better than good, alright. They told me change was easy, told me wrong. If it ain't one thing, there's 12 going on. Or something in the still believe there's no other survivor waiting on me. You gotta be hungry for a better life, hungry for a healing. Get your strength back right. You gotta be hungry. Know you're meant for more. Hungry to see the whole wide world open door. Hungry, yeah. Yeah. Hungry, yeah. You gotta be hungry down in your soul. Hungry when the road get rocky and cold. Hungry when it's cold. When the tears can't stop, 'cause success is waiting on the other side. The other side. Yeah, Brown said, this Brown said, this smile in your face, you say it can't be done. Same one surprise when you finally run. Let's say don't leave where you can't stand. Don't pour your heart in empty hand. Give to yourself till your cup overflow. Then bless the world with what you know. Work on you day by day. The star of his life don't throw it away. Hungry for me, hungry for meaning, hungry for truth, hungry to live, hungry for dreams, sitting deep in your heart, hungry to be what you were scared to stop. And for more, hungry, I feel it down in your soul. Hungry, Voice in your head say you can't survive. You gotta stand up and talk back this time. I had to hush fear, had to hush doubt, had to say I'm doing this. I got no house. Life is hard, yeah, we all agree. But hungry folks change their destiny. Let's crown boys in my spirit saying, use what fits, let the rest keep playing. Hungry for abundance. I'm still standing. Still hungry for abundance. I'm still standing. Stay hungry. Stay hungry. I'm still stay hungry. Stay hungry. Stay hungry. Stay hungry. Stay hungry. I'm hungry for a better life. Hungry for help. Hungry for sight. Hungry for purpose. Hungry for peace. Hungry till the promise meets me. You gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry. I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry. You gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry. I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry. Stay hungry. I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry. Stay hungry.
Wow. I hope you got some value out of that. If you're interested in this community, we're going to be doing a Less Wrong Greatness community. Going to be online and in person. And live in Atlanta. So you email me and say, I'm hungry. I'm still hungry. Email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you not only some motivational messages that you haven't even heard by me and some that you have heard, but I'm going to also send you some motivational music, like the one you just heard. A friend of mine named Tangela, she's just so gifted in putting this together. And so I'm going to send you some motivational messages. And what I'm asking is that you pass this out to other people, because there are a lot of people that's going through some dark times, and faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. So you want to put yourself on a mental diet. I don't watch the news. I don't watch anything that's negative. I remember that play, Don't Bring Me No Bad News. I don't want anybody to bring me no bad news. I don't listen to negative conversations. I don't engage in arguments. I remember when I was first diagnosed with fourth stage prostate cancer, and people tell me, "Oh, my father died from that. And my uncle died." I say, "Excuse me, I'm not being cold. Tell me who lived." That's what I want to know. Not here I am 40 years later, after they gave me a few months to live, and I agree with the saying: doctors determine the diagnosis, God and you determine the prognosis. I had to make a radical change in my behavior, my eating, and my mindset, and my relationships, and upgrade my purpose and meaning in life, and living a life that will outlive me. And those of you that are listening to me, the only reason that you're listening is because what's in me is in you plus more. Like attracts like. There's some people who hear me talk and they'll go past that, and they want to hear somebody talk about who's the GOAT. Is it Kobe or is it LeBron? I'm looking for people who want to know who's the GOAT in their life, and how to begin to learn the actionable steps on how they can create the next greatest version of themselves. And if that's you, email me. We're going to have some meetings and you can ask me questions, and We're going to be sharing ideas and concepts. I want you to write this down. Relationships is the new currency. Yes. You want to surround yourself with people who have more than you, people who you can learn from, people that you can grow from. You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. When I found that out, I got all the broke people out of my life, and I started associating with people that had more than me. At that time, I was earning around around $2,500 to $3,000 a month. Now I earn $80,000 an hour. And I'm not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you, relationships rub off on you. Your environment and relationships, they have impact on you. And you've got to elevate your thinking. Your life is a reflection of what's going on inside of you, your thinking, and it can change. Don't give up on yourself. Don't throw in the towel on yourself. No. I believe that all of us have the potential to do more and to make a greater impact with our lives. And there's nothing as powerful as a made up mind. And so I hope that you got some value, but email me if you can feel a brother up it here, Les Brown 77 at gmail.com. Les Brown 77 at gmail.com. Send you some motivation materials, some motivational music. And I'm going to let you know when we're going to have some group meetings on Zoom and in person here in Atlanta. I want to be in the room with you. I love doing Zooms, but there's nothing like being in the room. There's something, that energy. It's a different kind of experience. I hope that you got some value. Tola, my son, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for navigating things for us today. I want to say to all of you, the best is yet to come. You have something special. You have greatness in you. This too shall pass. Trust me on that. God is not through with you. He's not through with me, I know. And the best is yet to come. I believe that with everything in me. For you, for your children, for everyone that's ready to take a stand for what's right, being positive, being hopeful, and being willing to fight for what it is that we want. Thank you so much. I still can't believe I'm 81. I used to think people in their 40s were old. Now that I'm 81, who does this? But I'm glad. I don't make 81. 81 years behind me and all of God before me. Bye for now. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed me today. Oh boy, Larice.